Hey kiddos, Handsome Jack here. You're listening to Start Replay.
Mushy Snuggle Bites is my main squeeze.
I thought I would take some time away from battling Dr. Nefarious and introduce a brand new Start Replay podcast.
Presumably because you have half a brain in your head. Okay, kisses.
Just breathe. Just breathe.
Stop. Let's go, come on.
Okay, cool. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of the Start Replay podcast with your host, that's me, Josh Ball, and I've got a few guests in the room, and I say guests, but they're members of the team. We've got Richard Evans.
Hello, Albert.
He's back after episode 2. We've got him back.
And
we've got Joel
Hello.
Chapman.
Hello.
We've got him back from the first episode, obviously the brother of Theo from the second episode.
Don't remind me.
Guys, you're back. How did I get you back? What did I do to deserve this pleasure?
Well,
I sent you a Facebook message saying, can I come back on?
Yeah,
You
it's
said,
that easy, isn't it?
and then I got in my car and drove over to your place
Yeah, with food.
with food. So actually, I think you just have us on for the food.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We bring.
Well, to be fair, my budget's quite constricted after all the podcast equipment.
Yeah, he kind of blew the budget a bit.
So in today's podcast, we're going to be talking a little bit about the new 3DS, which is coming out in February, and games that are coming out in 2015. Joel's Whip, that's also on the list, apparently.
Not quite sure what that is.
I have some ideas.
You have some ideas?
I have some ideas for what the whip might be.
Oh, okay, right. And also, is 2015 going to be the best year for video games? I don't know, might be. There are a lot of games coming out. And also, where will COD go next? And do we have what it takes to create the best COD from our ideas?
I have
Who
some
knows?
thoughts.
We have some great batter, a bit of salt and vinegar.
Are we? Is it going to be Call of Duty, the fish and chip shop, or Call of Duty, Run to the Chippy?
Run to the chippy. You got soap in the chippy, just like frying up.
Oh God! Soap! Quick! We gotta get this out. Oh, good.
Anyway,
How insensitive.
this is
Too
terrible.
soon. Soap is dead.
Oi! Spoilers! I haven't
Spoiler
played Modern
alert.
Warfare 3 yet.
Oh goodness, that's terrible. Let's start straight out the gate. Have you seen the new 3DS?
It's got a nipple.
It has. It's got 2 analog sticks, and that's said very lightly.
I saw it when you showed it to me.
Looks cool. Have any of you got a 3DS at the moment?
I've really wanted one, but no, I don't.
My sister has a pink one.
It's by far the best handheld.
You should get
definitely.
one. This is your time.
This
Get the
is
best
my
one.
time.
Join in now with the new 3DS. New 3DS has better off-glasses 3D.
Hey,
off-glasses 3D is
Freya's
a good
got a
way to say it.
3DS.
Yeah, I know.
I'll get one. When we're in the line at Gamescom, we can sit
Exactly.
and touch nipples
Exactly.
together.
Get it.
German
German nipples.
No, I'm talking about a German 3DS, you know.
Yeah, that's what we did in the queues at... Richard's got his hand raised. It's like we're in school. Yes, Richard.
I thought it was a good way to avoid speaking over each
That
other.
is, it's good. We should just raise them.
I was just going to say I still have my Game Boy Color, and I play that regularly. And the other two both have their hands up now.
Josh, over to you.
Okay, cool. No, I just wanted to put my hand up.
So did I. Right, enough of the hand raising.
Carry on, Richard. What were you going to
That
say?
was it, really.
Okay, cool. I remember getting my original Game Boy, and it was one of those like big brick ones, like the white
Was
ones.
it remember the purple one as well? The
Oh
Game
no,
Boy
mate!
Advance.
This was behind that.
Behind.
That was
before.
that was before that.
Oh, nice.
This was from the 90s. This was.
I probably
big-
wasn't even born.
No, you weren't. It was the bit. Well, you probably. Yeah, you would have been.
Yeah.
It was the big grey brick that would eventually turn yellow if you left it out in the sun or something like that. But it was
Nintendo
great.
quality.
It was black and white, and it's fantastic. And they had great games on there, Mario World, whatever. It was amazing. And then I had the
Yeah.
Game Boy Color.
Oh, I had one of those.
That was great.
Mine
I
was
still got it.
it was yellow but see-through in places.
Oh yeah, I've got a see-through one, like
it was
blue
like
or
so
purple.
weird but awesome.
It's so good.
And we had the old lights you could clip on to the side of it so you could play it in the dark.
Yeah, all those
Yeah.
add-ons. Did you get the
man.
printer for it? Did you ever get that
Oh,
little
printer.
printer?
yeah,
you could get a printer with a camera.
Holy shit.
And you could take pictures of yourself and it would print out on this
Like
paper.
OG selfie on your Game Boys. Like fuck selfie
It was
sticks,
so
Game Boy
cool.
Advance,
It
print
was
them out.
so cool.
That's really awesome.
It is, yeah. I mean, all this tech that you're missing out on, Joel, because you're so young. Well, you're not so young. You're 18, and your
I
brother's
did
being
my
16,
time.
going to be 16, isn't he?
The future truly is here.
It is. So yeah, we're now at the new 3DS, so it has better 3D without the glasses. It's much more powerful.
Have they upgraded the cameras?
They might have done. They've upgraded battery life. You can actually take the battery pack out now if you want to replace the battery.
That's good.
Easily.
Every
which is
phone,
really
every
good.
laptop, everything should have that.
Yeah, everything should have that. But unfortunately, it doesn't. It's
Bollocks.
not everything. But that's...
Also, there's a severe lack of printers you can connect to your new 3DS, like in the old Game Boy Colors.
There are a severe lack
Damn
of printers. But you say that, but this new 3DS does have NFC support, so maybe
that's
you could
really
just
cool.
tap it next to
So,
your
Yeah, like my phone, Richard's phone, we got NFC. We
Yeah,
just
my
hold it
phone as
against
well.
the back.
Does it?
Oh shit! Apple finally
Yeah, they
cottoned
finally
on
got
after
NFC.
about 4 years late.
For those who don't know what NFC is, ladies
Me.
and gentlemen, it's near function
No,
communication.
near field communication.
Near field communication, as Joel just said.
The more you know.
Editor in chief, eh?
They're using that functionality with the Amiibo support. You know, those little figures that you see now, the Nintendo figures.
A bit like Disney Infinity.
Yeah,
and
how you upgrade the figures and all this stuff through the chip inside them, and you can use it with your 3DS. And I can't imagine like having a pocket full of figures and just putting it on top of my 3DS and being like, yeah, it's amazing.
because the time I
Silly.
imagine you use these consoles most is when you're going on holiday, you're going through the airport, you walk through the scanner, you go beep,
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep. Oh fuck! It's all these Amiibo figures.
yeah.
They just pull them out. You just got like
So,
Sonic
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. Not Sonic.
Sonic?
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Ash Ketchup.
What? No.
Ketchum.
You've got Pikachu, or you've got Mario, or you've got Fox, or you've got Kirby,
Zelda.
Link. Yeah. Oh no, Link, not Zelda.
Zelda's the princess.
Yeah, Zelda's. I always got confused in the younger days. I was sort of like, yeah, I'm playing as Zelda. No, you're playing as Link.
Zelda game.
You've never played a Zelda game.
No.
Well, you need to get the new 3DS with Majora's Mask, but unfortunately, you're not able to get the new Majora's Mask 3DS, which is just sold out across everywhere at the moment, pretty much.
And guess which smug twat is sat to my right and very happy because he's just bought one.
Me. I managed to pre-order one, along with like a fair few other people, but I kept checking back today to see if it was going to sell out, and it has sold out, so I don't think there's going to be any availability. There might be some on Amazon or Game coming
There'll be
later
people
in the month,
reselling
but
them for like double the price, I bet.
I was tempted to get two, just for the hell of it, or maybe put one on as a competition, but then I was like, no.
Oh, come on, Josh. We'd have got so many entries.
Yeah, but it looks great. I mean, you guys have seen it. This great gold one with the design of Majora's Mask on the front, and I've always wanted one that had a special design that, you know, not every single person will
Does it have golden nipples?
No, maybe. I know it's gold inside and everything. I don't normally go for gold things, but this is an exception. And it does come with the Majora's Mask, the 3DS remake. So better graphics, more fishing spots, apparently. I have no idea what that means.
Nice.
If any of you have played Ocarina of Time, it's an upgrade from Ocarina of Time, but like more adult, as far as I'm aware. Majora's Mask has pretty much like very similar content to Ocarina of Time. These are both N64
I know
games.
Ocarina is like the legend, if you like, isn't it? I don't really know a lot, but I know when people talk about Zelda, they talk about Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, well, Ocarina of Time is a very popular Zelda game from N64, alongside Majora's Mask.
Have you seen the people sort of modded Zelda games to make the Ben's Drowned version? And that, for those of you who don't know, there's an old creepypasta called Ben's Drowned. I think that's what it's called.
Creepypasta.
Creepypasta. They're creepy stories, short stories on the internet,
Okay.
and it's to do with
right.
a kid buys a pre-owned version of Legends of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
It's got a saved file on it under Ben or something, and then game starts glitching. They find out the previous owner of the game drowned, and then it gets really creepy shit. And
What?
somebody
Weird.
recreated the glitches and everything that happened in the game, and it's pretty creepy.
That's weird. I don't think I've ever had anything that creepy.
You know how you pre-order consoles? I
Yeah.
pre-order domain names, right?
Oh.
I ordered the domain, or it came out today, but I got it like 4 hours early. I got it 4 hours before release. I got the domain
Majora's
name
Mask 3ds.com.
Joel.world.
Joel.world.
That is my domain. Well, I own that domain name.
Okay.
So I wanted to buy Joel.com, and then I emailed the guy.
That's exciting.
He's got a contact form on his shitty website, and he was like, "Yeah, before I've turned down offers of $35,000, and I was going to offer him about £100. So yeah, that didn't go too well. So I thought I'll pre-order Joel.world. So I'm the only person in the world with Joel.world,
You're
know,
probably also the only person who knows about Joel.world.
and the only person who gives a shit about Joel.world.
Probably also.
You know, I'd prefer to spend £100 on like a nice day out or some games, not a domain name.
I don't know why. Domain names excite me. I own about 14.
Some creepy ass
Wow.
fetish, mate.
That's a bit weird.
No, 14's not much.
So
but
when you're in
it's-
bed with Freya, do you all of a sudden get her to read lists of domain names?
that are available.
He yells out domain names.
She checks on the computer. Like, Joel.Chapman.com. Is it available? Yes, it is. .world. Oh no! Oh my god. That's horrible. That is horrible. That's terrible. Let's get a bit back on topic. Games coming out in 2015. Woo! There are a lot of games coming out in 2015. Do you know how many?
12.
At least 5.
Yeah, at least 5. That's right, Richard.
One for every
You're
month.
right on the head. Right there. So we've got Dying Light coming up at the end of this month.
Meh.
Josh
I'm
has
just
a
I'm
list.
just going to run through them. So we've got Dying Light, Saints Row 4, 5.
What is
I
that?
thought that was just an expansion pack.
5.
But
It is an expansion pack, but it's also the original game re-released for next gen. You've got Life is Strange Episode 1. You've got Evolve, the Order 1886.
Speaking
Which-
of Evolve,
What about
I got emails through today saying that the open
Open Beta?
Xbox One beta is coming out soon.
Yes.
It's going to be really awesome.
Can I run through them now?
No.
I remember when the Evolve beta came out, or Alpha came out last, and nobody played
And
it.
I searched for about 2 hours and couldn't find a single game.
So we've got Evolve, The Order 1886,
Woo, gonna get
Resident
that.
Evil Revelations 2, Battlefield Hardline,
Uh,
Project Cars, Bloodborne, Dead
uh,
Island 2, Mortal Kombat X, The
Oh,
Witcher
can't wait
Wild
for that.
Hunt, Batman
Ooh.
Arkham Knight, Fable Legends, Halo 5 Guardians, Homefront The Revolution, Kingdom Hearts 3, Mad Max, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Mirror's Edge 2, No Man's Sky,
Hell yeah.
Quantum Break, Rainbow Six
Nah.
Siege, Rise of
Yes.
the Tomb Raider, Star Wars
Nah.
Battlefront, Tom Clancy's The
Nah.
Division,
Oh.
Uncharted, A Thief's End, Until Dawn. Do you really have to be so loud?
Was Star Wars
Sorry.
Battlefront actually had a release date announced yet?
No.
Oh,
but I
but
mean, a lot of these games are also, tentatively 2015.
And
I know.
a lot of these games are likely 2016.
Yeah, a lot of these games are likely going to be pushed, such as Rainbow Six and Star
Battlefront.
Wars Battlefront, and probably Tom Clancy's The Division.
And probably, although it's due to come out in February, The Order.
No, it's going to come out.
I like the fact that
it's pretty much
I
going to
like,
come.
I like the fact that I saw a couple of video game movie tying games on there, like Mad Max and Star Wars Battlefront. Of course, we've got a new Mad Max
Well,
film coming out soon,
Yeah, it's not
and Star Wars at the
necessarily.
end of
They're
the
not
year.
necessarily tied to films, though.
but it's sort of coming out at
But
the
yeah,
same
it's
sort of
sort of coming out
time,
at the
so
same
you can
time.
recreate sort of what happened in the movie with the game.
With the
We haven't had any of
original,
those in a while.
the original Battlefronts were made by LucasArts, weren't they? And didn't they completely sell everything off and stop making games?
Yeah, they're closed.
Yeah.
I
That
think-
wasn't that long ago, was it?
I think Disney closed them, maybe.
Which is a
I'm
shame,
sure-
'cause they're in the middle of the Bounty
Star
Hunter
Wars
game, weren't they?
1313 or
Yeah.
whatever. And it looked really, really good, and all of a sudden they were like, no, sorry, gonna go.
So they had,
I quite liked their
gameplay.
studio. I thought it made good stuff. I love the Battlefront games.
Yeah, I'm not much of a Battlefront guy, but I know you guys are.
What a noob.
Standing up playing games, like Theo was saying in the last episode.
I did that for the first time in ages today when I started playing FIFA again.
Standing up whilst playing a game
Yeah, we always
doesn't feel right.
because we had like this like 25 or 24-inch TV, and we're playing like split screen on it on a
Oh, wow.
PS2. So the
Amazing.
graphics are AIDS anyway. So you literally have to stand, and like in our like where we were playing it in the room, the sofa was in the other corner, several meters away.
Why
So
didn't
we
you
had to
sit down?
stand. Because the graphics were so poor, it was split screen, and you had black bars because the game probably couldn't handle two things running at the same time. Yeah, it didn't really work.
So there are a lot of games coming out this year, tentatively.
There was definitely at least 5.
At least 5, yeah. And there are some notable ones, like the next Metal Gear Solid, Mirror's Edge 2. I highly doubt it's going to come out this year.
Oh yeah, have they even shown gameplay?
They have shown concept gameplay and some
Oh.
other little bits and pieces, yeah. It's in the same stage as, like, Battlefield, I think.
There's not
Battlefront,
many
yeah.
Ubi games on that list, which is good.
But I think there are going to be quite a few unveiled this year from Ubi.
Probably 3.
Yeah.
Stop pushing Uplay.
Well, things like
Stop anything you play.
things like the next Splinter Cell. I think that's going to come out this year. Because since Blacklist, now we've got Next Gen. Next Gen will have been out by the time of its release around about 2 years, and that's for the public. And obviously, like, the devs will have had the kits a year before, or maybe a little bit before. So I'm looking forward to the next Splinter Cell because I love those games. Has anyone else played Splinter Cell?
I played
Briefly.
the original.
The original.
That was it.
You
Well, my
played-
dad played it, and I briefly had a play of it once.
You moved the analog stick and you count that as a play.
Well, I remember some police officer kept on killing me, so I
Oh.
gave up after
That's
that.
not good. That's not good. And
Yeah, I think the first major game I'm looking forward to, if you probably Evolve.
well, yeah,
That's-
we've already talked. That was like Freya's apparent game of the year. That's
I
what it's
am-
going to be, game of the year apparently.
I'm
think-
not excited for it in the slightest.
I was really excited for it, and I kind of still am.
Oh yeah.
But I don't, until I get back in there and start playing it, and I haven't played it since E3. Until I get back in there and start playing it, I don't think I'm going to be as excited. And also, I was a trapper, and I did a really poor job of it when I was at E3.
Don't let Freya be the medic ever, ever.
Yeah.
You will die.
Well, don't
So-
get me wrong. It looks very much like a good game, and when I've played it, I've enjoyed it. But it's the sort of game people are going to play for about a week or two, and
a bit
then
like Titanfall, right? You
Yeah,
think
and
it's
then
gonna have
stop
that
playing.
Titanfall syndrome.
yeah, I like Titanfall,
yeah,
but
I
people
agree.
just stop playing it.
I think it evolved because of the nature of it. You're essentially doing the same thing over and over again. Although you can do it different ways with different people, it's the same thing.
4 different monsters as well.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And I think it's going to look great. It's going to play great. It's going to be well made.
I think it's going to be the underdog of this year because it's been pushed from October last year to 2015 now.
Definitely glad it's been pushed.
Yeah, so was I, and I think they needed the extra work. And I remember talking to some of the guys behind the PR team when I first played it a year ago, and how they said, it was in so many different phases and it was changing quite a lot. And then after Christmas the year before in 2013, it had this like dramatic change and it sort of had this push, and they were all really, really excited about it. And I think the fact that it's cooperative and it, you can join with friends, I think that's going to help a lot. It's not like Titanfall in which it's very like adrenaline based.
I think
Adrenaline.
Titanfall definitely should have had a proper campaign. I think particularly for a new IP, it needs some backstory.
Do you think Titanfall 2 will be announced this year?
No, not announced this
I
year.
think it will.
No, next year.
It'll be announced next year.
I think it'll be hinted to at E3 this year.
Yeah, maybe hinted, but not a
They'll show
proper
a logo.
trailer or anything.
They'll show a logo. Wait, wait.
Yeah.
This is Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Titanfall Grounded. That's it. That's the name of it. Titanfall Grounded.
Do any of you else believe that there is an issue with games today in longevity?
Yes.
Like a lot of games, like Halo Master Chief Collection is a really good game. I haven't really played it much since it's like second week after it came out. Titanfall, good game, same issue. Destiny, same game. Oh, not good game, same issue.
game.
Same game as Titanfall. No, but one company I feel has really got that down is Rockstar, because
Yeah.
I still play Red Dead Redemption, I still play San Andreas, I still play GTA 4 and 5. They're just really good games.
Well,
And
they-
Well, it's the
you
open
can-
world
really-
nature, isn't it?
and-
Most open world games.
well, and the online is just really good for banter with your friends.
And you can also see that they properly dedicate their heart and soul and their resources into every aspect of that game. They don't cut any corners.
Yeah, they really like getting their content out on time, like heists.
Yeah, they're really good at that.
Talking of getting content out of time.
Start replay.
What? Well, yeah, start replay at the moment. Will hopefully pick up in a little bit. But they have also delayed the PC version of GTA
Yep.
5 from
Is it February
27th
March 28th?
to March.
But never fear, apparently heists have not been delayed back to that time as well. But that probably will be
But
yes
it's coming
again,
before.
and it's probably going to be delayed back to after the PC release. It'll probably be next year by the time we'll probably see the end of Star Wars, the new Star Wars trilogy. We'll probably see the end of the entire
Probably
Marvel
have it-
Cinematic Universe.
They'd have put out GTA 7.
They may have done, possibly. But do you think a game necessarily has to be open world just for it to have longevity, and for it to
No, I don't think
keep
it
you
should.
coming back for more?
That's a big factor though, because it's the whole non-linear aspect of it. Like in a game which isn't open world, it's fairly linear. You'd have to follow a certain path. You can't do much else. Whereas in an open world game, you can go out and have your own adventures.
Yeah.
I guess that's like why people still play World of Warcraft so much. It's a game that's been out for years and years and years, but it's got still such a massive base of people that are playing it.
Also,
Well,
they
it's
MMOs.
MMOs are just
A lot of MMOs constantly update their
Yeah.
missions and they bring out new packs.
That's
and
another
everything.
thing. A lot of devs give up on the game when their players start dwindling, but games they can come back, if that makes sense. They can come back from the dead, and
I think
with a bit of
it's
content.
just called make a comeback, not re-come back.
Come back. What they should do like what game needs remastering? I don't know, but they should
San
call
Andreas.
it San Andreas come back.
Come back, the sequel.
RE-CUMBAK. I'm trying to think of a really like good linear-ish experience that I've always gone back to and had fun with.
This is the point I was going to make. Thanks for reminding me. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Perfect game. I played so many hours in it. I completed the campaign about 5 times.
Yeah,
And that's a lot for me. And the multiplayer, I played and I played and I played, and I could just play the hell out of it. It was great.
See, I love that game, and then the CODs after that got on proceedingly worse.
Yeah.
And leading on to the topic we're going to talk about of what COD needs to do to, in future to make better games, I feel minimalist approach and go back to COD 4.
Yep.
Make it sort of modern day. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment which involves special forces like the SES.
Well, it's a bit
dealing with
like what
ISIS
Medal
at
of
the
Honor
moment.
did, isn't it?
Yeah.
Medal of Honor sort of tried to do that with Fallujah and all the other
they
bits.
didn't quite work. I really wanted Medal of Honor to work because I love the concept. Like, you're in what soldiers are actually fighting in modern day warfare. You've got the equipment that soldiers are fighting with. You're driving the vehicles that soldiers nowadays use.
Yeah.
It's really cool, and you actually feel not like a soldier, but you feel like you're learning a bit about.
You feel like it's a
modern-day
bit more
stuff as
realistic, and you're actually learning.
So I wanted
learning
it to
stuff.
work. And another game that's like that is Operation Flashpoint, and it has got like 1 and 2, and they never really cottoned on. They always got bad reviews, but they were like ultra realistic. You're actually in places like Afghanistan and stuff where the wars are going on.
Operation Flashpoint, wasn't that the game where if you died, you had to go back to like a certain spawn point, and you had to spend 20 minutes going back to the mission location, and you couldn't fast travel there?
Because essentially it's ultra realistic. 1 bullet, you're dead.
Just
Yeah,
like
I mean, that's
some of the Ghost Recon.
A
It's
bit
not
like
quite
Armour
as
as
fun.
well in some sense.
It's not quite as fun. I'm interested to see how Rainbow Six Siege is going to turn out.
I spent about an hour to 2 hours watching this gameplay of it, and I really quite look
It
forward
does look
to
really, really good. I mean, given this list, that obviously we'll have more games added to it, or have a few taken out for 2016, no doubt. Do you think this is looking like 2015 is going to be a pretty awesome year?
Yeah, I said that about 2014 though. Disappointed, but I think the difference is the people making these games, surely they can't fuck up.
Well, I feel this year in games, it doesn't really compare to this year in films. Like, we've got some major films coming out this year, and we haven't had there's nothing really stands out for me this year for games other than like Mortal Kombat X, which is like what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
See, this year, Uncharted 4,
But
Rainbow Six Siege, Batman Arkham Knight, Metal Gear Solid 5. Just,
I think they're more
I'm
sort of.
going to just explode in a...
I think they're more
pile
sort of games for certain markets. There's not as many games for the mass markets like Destiny, I suppose, was, or the Halo games of last year.
Well, what about The Division?
What about The Order, which
If it actually comes
most
out.
people that own a PS4 are going to buy?
Yeah.
Don't know how good it's going to be.
They'll
but
buy it and then they'll return. I think The Order is going to be... Oh, no. The Order is going to be around about a 6 time killer. I think that's what it's
yeah,
going to be.
possibly. I agree.
I think this would be a good idea, guys. Going through some of these games and what do we think they're going to get out of the start replay rating? So
Right,
Dying
should we-
Light.
Go through some of the major ones. Anyway.
6.
Dying Light, you think is going to be a time killer?
Yeah.
7.
You think it's going to be good fun? Richard?
Actually, no, 6.
Okay. You both think that Dying Light is going to be a time killer.
I haven't seen much about it other than like the initial gameplay.
What about Evolve? What do we
8.
think?
7.
I think 8 because
So
of
it's
the
gonna be
graphics
great.
and the gameplay, but it's not going to be a 9 because of, again, the longevity.
Great from Joel and a good
7,
fun
yeah.
from Richard. What about Mortal Kombat X?
9.
9, yeah.
Going to get amazings on those, are we?
Yeah.
Well, it's
on
got good replayability because it's just something when you're a bit stressed or you're a bit bored, you can go to it, pick
Fatality.
It's,
Have a nice
it's
fight.
a bit like a FIFA. You can just pick it up and have amazing fun.
Yeah, maybe not. The Witcher 3. Wild
10.
Hunt.
it up. 10.
10, masterpiece.
Yeah.
Really?
The map's massive. The story on the last one was
The
brilliant.
gameplay looks amazing.
I think we might get maybe a 9.
At least a 9.
Batman Arkham Knight.
6.
Be careful. Oh, God,
9.
no.
Josh is now
9.
pointing at the door to me.
I'm thinking 9. It's inevitable.
They've got good replayability, actually.
They have.
I do like replaying those games.
They have. Are you still sticking to a 6, Joel? Realistically,
I mean a 5.
5. Wow, mediocre.
Pushing
All right.
towards a 4.
Did any of you guys play the Homefront games or the Homefront game?
I played a bit of
No.
it. It's very weird and not very good.
That might come out this year, but anyway, let's move on to something that might actually come out. Mad Max. I did actually see this at E3 2013.
Don't know what that is.
I haven't seen anything about the game.
Open world.
Is it open world?
Yeah,
I'm optimistic then. Yeah, 8 maybe.
maybe an 8.
I haven't seen anything about the
Probably.
game though, so
Who's making it?
The people who do it's Avalanche Studios. They do Just Cause. Also, Just Cause coming out this year. Just Cause 3.
Just Cause.
What do you think? Just Cause 3.
so
9.
Just Cause combined with the Mad Max film is basically going to be the game.
Basically,
I can't wait for Just Cause 3.
but there is a Just Cause 3 coming out this year as well.
It's gonna be great.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
I've never
You're not really
properly
MGS
played
fans,
an
to be fair.
MGS, but I think it'll do really well. And I loved the
I
footage
think-
they showed. It's really cool how
I
they
think
did
it's
it.
going to be 9.
Yeah.
I've got no opinion. I haven't really
Okay.
played them.
That's fine. You don't need an opinion. We don't need your opinion.
Thank you.
We don't want your opinion.
Rainbow Six Siege.
8. Again, because it's a bit like
Great.
Evolve, not that replayable.
But
But
we'll
I
see.
think it'd be
We'll
fun.
see.
Feeling it's going to be a 7.
Okay, I think it's going to be. I don't know. It might be pushing. I'm hoping it's going to be pushing between an 8 and a 9. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Joel's going to be. It's going to be a 10.
No, I'm not a big fan of Tomb Raider.
I know, so Theo
would
is.
Go,
Theo
Theo-
is,
Theo
yeah,
would go
he's
10.
pretty waste like that.
I'd
No.
go 8.
6. I don't know. No, Square
Time
Enix.
killer.
Square Enix. 7.
Time
7.
killer.
7.
Good fun. Okay.
Have we seen where the Total War games are going next?
No.
I think they announced it today, or
Really?
there's rumours of it at least. Warhammer. They're going for
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I saw
what,
some rumour
Space
about
Marines
that.
and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, and the orcs.
I'm not
and,
much of a Warhammer guy.
Imperium.
No.
I used to get the sets just to paint them. I never
Yeah.
actually
No.
learned
That's
to
what I
play
did.
it.
That's what I did. I painted.
That's what a
Things-
lot of people do.
I reckon I like it because I used to paint them and then like move them around the battlefield and recreate my own
That's
battles, so,
great.
which is essentially what I'll be able to do in Total War.
Yes.
Warhammer. But what happened with that Total War Attila game?
No idea.
Was that been released? I didn't see much about
I'm not too
it
sure, Tiller.
because we saw it at Eurogamer. We just never went into the booth because it was always really busy.
All right.
Star Wars.
10.
Star Wars Battlefront.
That's going to be a 10.
Really?
Smash it. It's DICE.
No,
It's
it isn't.
fucking DICE.
No.
DICE and EA make
Yeah.
the best
No,
combination.
just imagine-
Has any Battlefield game ever got a 10? No.
In my books, they have.
No.
They're great.
Imagine,
Yeah, they're 8s.
imagine.
No, they're 10s. 10.
So you're saying that Battlefield 4 was a 10?
I've had so much fun on that game. Multiplayer with your friends. You can't play on console.
It's not a
Battlefield and
masterpiece.
console
It's
do
not a
not go together.
masterpiece.
PC is great.
I am not a massive fan of the Battlefield games, but imagine coming home from the cinema from watching the latest Star Wars film, hopping on Star Wars Battlefront, getting in an AT-AT Walker in high def on the next gen consoles, and going out, then getting taken out by a snowspeeder.
Josh, stop
Ooh.
doing that.
Joel.
That is going to be so good.
I
I
think-
can't wait for that game.
I think
Lightsaber
it's going to
battles.
be an 8.
No,
It's going to get an 8.
No.
Josh.
Said it.
no.
The Division.
7. It's going to be a mixture of Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs. I don't know. It's
So
just
it's going to have that reception of graphics not quite as good the first time we saw it, and also gameplay not quite as good as the first time we
and
saw it.
dialogue and missions and most things, because at the end of the day,
Well, it's always online, MMO.
yeah,
And Uncharted,
10.
A Thief's End.
10
Nine-
gameplay of that.
9.5.
I'd like to think. Yeah, 9.5, 10 maybe.
If you sit and watch gameplay,
Hmm.
if you watch a gameplay, Richard,
No, I haven't seen any.
You
of the
should
games.
watch
oh my
it.
god,
It
you
is-
need to see the
it is
gameplay. So need to see the gameplay.
unbelievable.
What about
It's
the
like a movie.
inevitable Assassin's Creed coming out this year, which is
8.
probably set in Victorian London?
8.
9.
Mm,
yeah.
I'm
What would you
hoping
give
9.
Unity though? Because
I would give it an 8, 8.5. I did like it.
7 to 8 for me for Unity so far. I mean, I've played a little bit, but I just turned
played
it
a
off.
bit.
and-
It's just bit standard
Standard.
Assassin's Creed.
The next COD,
Well, it's so hard to tell if it's
got
like
a
going
9.1
back to
this year from
modern,
IGN.
going back to modern, or if it's but that's them paying IGN. Come on.
Just said it like
Controversial. Ooh.
next one. Just set it a few years in the future, dealing with like stuff going on in the Middle East. Maybe set it some of it in Europe. Just set it like you're in a counter-terrorist task force.
Yeah.
Dealing with terrorists around the world. Like there's a program called Strike Back, and the original COD 4 reminded me a lot of that show. And that's all about British counter-terrorism
so
unit.
Good.
And it is.
Like, you could imagine just walking through like a fantastic valley that you've just been dropped off in Afghanistan, and you're sat on this hill like sniping down on these bad guys. Oh my god, it'd be so good.
I'm trying to think of a way they could do a shooter or a Call of Duty title which is sort of open-ended in its level structure. You're given objectives to do this and this and this over this large
That's like
location.
an Armour style.
Yeah, and then you can, if you want to, just snipe people, go in silent, do all this other stuff, and just do things a bit more loose.
Almost like at the start of the mission, you get like a loadout, so you can, like you can in Battlefield, you can select
bit looser. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Bit looser. You can select sniper rifle. You can select a shotgun and bloody, I don't know, light armor, so you can run really fast and stuff like that.
In what?
Call of Duty.
Yeah,
in the
but
missions.
The missions always the same in the sense that they always have a predetermined structure. It's always like quiet at this point. You have to run really fast and kill those people at this point.
And you
quiet at this
spawn
point.
with X amount of gear.
Yeah, what you were sort of thinking was it's a bit like Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2, which was a really good game in itself. That was, I mean, the ability to choose your weaponry, the plot itself was really nice.
Even like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2, like
I love this. I love those.
I used to play
great.
so much co-op with my brother and
played
everybody.
online all the time.
Oh, it's so online was really great as well.
The first one.
I think what Call of Duty needs to think is it should look at TV series. All the most popular TV series, like war-y style, crimey style TV series, are modern day. You don't get any good real future ones. Generally.
Yeah, but games are different. You know, you can do things in games and like it's just
I know it's different, but
this is Treyarch who are making it, so
you can't
we have to.
I don't know. For me personally, I cannot get into like a future story. It doesn't really do anything for me. I can with Halo because they do it so well and it's Bungie.
I don't like the near future stories like they're doing with Advanced Warfighter and Ghosts and what's the latest one? That is Advanced Warfighter, isn't it?
Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare, thank you.
Yeah.
But I like far off in the future, sort of Blade Runner style, Tron
or like
style,
alternative
stuff like that.
planet sort of stuff.
Like Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Deus Ex Human Revolution is an amazing game.
I love that game. If there's something like that in COD.
I made the mistake on that game of getting the implant that they offer you to fix your cybernetic enhancements, which at the end of the game disables all your cybernetic enhancements, so the final boss fight is 10 times harder, so I haven't finished that game.
No, I got the director's cut, which is apparently a little bit better, but I didn't play it all through. It's only because it's on PS3, so maybe when they release PlayStation Now and I can just boot it up on my PS4. But
did you see Sony are doing something really good actually at the moment? I might do it. Drive Club, that controversial, some people like it, some people don't, game.
It still isn't out, is it? The free one?
No, the free one isn't, but for PS Plus members you can buy it off the PS Store for about £20.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
It's really
Get
good.
That. I actually want to play more because after all these updates, since the first day I played it, I now want to see the difference and see how amazing it is.
Surprisingly, it was actually one of the biggest sellers over Christmas and the run up to Christmas.
It had a good marketing
probably
scheme.
because so many people were buying PS4s.
Yeah,
that was part of it.
They wanted a good racing game.
But I'm sure I haven't played it, but I'm sure it's a really good game, but they fucked up with the release.
It seemed really good for the 10 minutes I played when I first got it off Sony. Really good. Yeah. And you've
Can
got
I
a new
steal your
Forza.
copy?
Not yet, no.
Fuck.
You need to start doing some content first, then I might actually let you have games.
Hey.
It's serial.
It's getting personal.
It is super serious right now. Joel's whip. Now, we heard about this in episode 2 from Richard, that he got Joel a whip.
I got Freya a whip.
Freya a whip, because Joel was whipped by Freya, and Freya is Joel's girlfriend.
And it's very much the opposite way round now.
So now,
since buying that whip, it must have changed Joel's attitude. And it's,
my outlook on things.
He does not seem very much whipped anymore.
I'm a free puppy.
Young love. That's what it is, guys.
Young love.
That's life. That's the way it is. So I've been listening to a lot of Frank Sinatra.
You don't look like him.
No. Maybe
And
a
you
Jewish
don't sound
Frank
like him.
Sinatra.
Jewish Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. I thought it might be a good time to do this egg thing.
What? That whip was short. You were building up to this whip. What were you actually going to talk about this whip?
Just going to mention it.
Yeah, just gonna. Well, I don't know. What happened to it? Did you
Oh,
use it?
Oh,
yeah.
Joel
What
binned it.
happened? We accidentally threw it away.
Accidentally? How did that
Because
happen?
I
Were you
think-
carrying it downstairs to show Freya? You're like, Freya, look at it, and you tripped, and the bin was open,
No.
and you just went into the bin.
It was one of those things like it just sat in the corner of my room collecting dust. Sorry, Richard.
You didn't use it.
No.
Why
And
didn't you use the whip? I thought you
I
Freya
spent
would
a good £3.99 on that.
it actually looked quite real, like good quality.
It was. I could have used it for my
Yes,
Indiana
it really
Jones
was.
costume last week.
But the thing is, I think my mum, my mum's wanted to tidy my room or something, and I thought, oh fuck,
And she
the
saw
one
this
place she won't look is in like the bin in the corner of my room hidden.
whip. The bin.
And then I put it in the bin to hide it,
Ah,
and then
yes, that's
I ended up throwing the bin out.
What is wrong
You
with
threw
having
the bin out. Well, the
I
whole
s-
bin. You were just like, oh no, I don't need
Oh,
this bin
fuck.
anymore. I'm just gonna throw this
Fuck
in
this
a bin.
What's wrong with having a whip in your room, though?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
say you're doing
I'm
a cosplay for Indiana Jones.
I mean, I don't have a whip, but my
He has
birthday
other-
is next week.
other
So if you want to buy
pleasurable
me a whip,
toys.
then,
I'll buy you a whip, mate.
Your birthday's next week.
yeah, 20th of January, mate.
Nice. I
And
knew
he
I'll
that.
figure out what to do.
He will
do
finally
something.
be
I'll
Have a meal.
16.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get the whip in there for any loyal listeners who've been listening since episode 1 or episode 2. The whip is going to be making a reappearance.
Yes,
We're going to have Freya on here. Going to use it. Use the whip.
thank you for bringing that up, Albert.
Right. It is. Oh,
It's
right.
now time for a special cream
If you've
egg
been on
situation.
Twitter recently,
Cadbury's, hopefully will be sponsoring us soon.
you would have seen that hashtag Cream Eggate has
I
been
haven't,
trending
really.
because
There you
for
go,
one,
Richard.
Cadbury's have reduced the 6-pack of cream eggs to a pack of 5 for the same price. And
Really?
2,
Oh,
they
that's
have
bad.
supposedly changed their recipe. So with us,
They've
you
changed
might
the
be able
recipe.
to hear us opening these
I
cream
mean,
eggs.
when did they? Did they just sort of announce it and then everyone was like, oh, I've been eating these changed recipe cream eggs for the past 10 years? Hang on, let's just take a bite of this.
It's bigger than my mouth.
I've got chewing gum in my mouth as well.
Oh.
Let's spit the gum out.
Now, you have to look at this, guys. Does it look any different?
Mine looks different from when I got it out because I've eaten a bit of it.
Apparently they're a bit smaller as well.
Hmm.
I can taste the difference. They're not as sweet.
Really? I need to get to the yolk.
Tastes a wee bit different, but then again, I was just chewing gum, so I thought it tasted minty.
If this were a game, I'd give it 5 out of 10.
So
Yeah, it just tastes a little bit different.
I used to really, really enjoy them.
Mm.
They're not sweet.
There's something about it. It reminds me of icing off a cake, off a birthday cake in liquid form. No? Anyone else getting that?
Yeah, I'd say Cadbury are...
I think
They made it
it's
worse.
now our task to try and find a whole box of the old ones, and then we just like store them, and we're gonna be like, no,
It's
no.
like what happened in America with Twinkies.
But we have Twinkies here.
yeah,
Remember they stopped making them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Hostess. And then everyone's like, oh my god, gotta buy the last box of Twinkies from
Marketing, mate.
Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
now to wash down that delicious chocolate with some chocolate milk.
We'll get it served out.
Yeah, I wonder why I wasn't feeling well recently.
We've all shut up because we can't talk because we've got this sticky mess in our mouth.
Thanks for that.
Talk for yourself there, John. Talk for yourself.
I'm used to it.
You've been hanging out with the toilets again.
The novelty of going to watch scary films, I think I'm big and tough, has worn off. I'm a massive pussy when it comes to scary films, and it's just I
What if
pay
I-
money to put myself through terror.
Oh, see,
Well, what if I went with you dressed up as Nick Clegg?
oh, remember Luther?
Oh yeah.
I mentioned this in the last podcast.
Would it be a lot
7
better?
years ago, probably. Oh no, probably like 4 years ago. I remember we were talking about Luther, and Rich was like, "Oh yeah, Luther's on. It's good." Oh shit. This is when me and Richard were at school together, and I was like, oh yeah, my parents watched Luther, so I sat down and watched Luther with my parents, only to find that it was really scary, and like this
Is
guy
Luther scary?
who-
I haven't seen it
this-
yet, but I
this
want to see it on Netflix.
guy who
Don't tell me.
I can't remember what he
Spoilers.
looked
It's
like.
not too scary.
Just the main
This is
character.
a spoiler.
Well, it's a guy that
No,
looked like Nick
Nick
Clegg. He's
Clegg.
the guy that drank
Oh,
blood.
that's why you said Nick Clegg.
Yes, that's why I said it.
I've just put them
Connecting
together.
the dots. That's why he looked at me really awkwardly.
Yeah,
Like,
the
"What?"
guy that looked like Nick Clegg was like popping up behind signs and walls, and it was horrible, terrifying. So now I'm scared of Nick Clegg, and I'm scared of Luther.
Oh my god, there could be worse things to be scared of.
And that's why you're so anti-conservative,
Nick-
because the Lib Dems formed a coalition
Yeah,
with them.
that's right.
Fucking hate Nick Clegg.
Oh,
Pops up behind walls and signs.
goodness.
God, I'm voting Lib Dems now. Have any of you heard of the Evil Dead films?
Yes.
The one, yeah. Well, basically, Joe, they're directed by Sam Raimi, who did Spider-Man, and he's doing the Last of Us movie.
Possibly.
And it's sort of demons, deadites as they're known, attack this cabin with the main character Ash Williams and his friends in, and they've become cult films basically. And I saw somebody said potentially in the Last of Us film, Sam Raimi could be casting Bruce Campbell
Oh yeah, as Joel.
as Joel, and he doesn't really look the part, but that would be brilliant.
Who's
Just give him a
playing Ellie?
chainsaw. It's Maisie Williams,
Why-
probably.
Well, I'm not too sure. You see, if they cast
Ellen Page.
Bruce Campbell as Joel, I don't think it would be a big enough actor in my eyes, because you don't see Bruce Campbell in a lot of movies.
I would just love it because I'm a fangirl for Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, if
because
they-
Richard is a woman.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
still carrying that
course.
on apparently.
Apparently.
So I think let's do this, guys. Let's cast out the Last of Us movie.
Bruce Campbell because fangirl. Although realistically, I'd say Hugh Jackman or
Exactly, I was going
Or
to see Hugh
Dwayne
Jackman.
The Rock Johnson.
no. Who's the other guy that everyone thinks looks Brolin? Is it Josh
Brolin.
Yeah,
Oh, Josh Brolin. Yeah, he's not in a lot of movies anymore.
Nicolas Cage.
but he looks the part.
No, not Nicolas Cage.
Viego
That'd be terrible.
Mortensen, is that
Who?
his name? Aragorn.
Oh, he's not.
He was in The Road, playing a sort of similar part as well.
Not too sure. I think Hugh Jackman for me.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These motherfucking zombies off this motherfucking fuck. That is Samuel Jackson, isn't it? Or am
Yeah.
I getting mixed
No,
up with
no, you got that
Morgan
right.
Freeman?
It was more.
don't do that.
It's more about snakes on a plane and not zombies.
Have you not seen the interview where somebody says to Samuel Jackson,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, oh how were your adverts on the Super Bowl?" And he's like, "I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
Well, actually,
we don't all look alike."
I accidentally did that when I met Sips and Shin from the Yogscast. I was so like awestruck, and it's really gay, but I was so awestruck
goodness me.
and like messed up in the head because I was so happy that I was like to Shin. I was like, "Oh, Sips, you're my favourite." But it was Shin. I was like, "Oh God, I messed that up big time. I made myself look like a douche."
I didn't even realise who they were. I was standing next to Shin for a while without realising who it was.
They were really cool to me, weren't they?
Well, I was chatting to Shin and I didn't realise who it was until sort of halfway through the conversation.
When you recognise his smooth voice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was so great.
Why, you're just a bunch of fangirls, aren't you?
Yeah, like I was literally so happy. Like just stood there talking to Sips. Oh, Sips is great.
You see, I remember a time when I was a fanboy and I used to get giddy around people in the video game industry. And, you know, people from like IGN and things, and when I first met them, I was like, oh my
Did you
goodness.
hear about Greggy?
He's left.
Yeah,
Yeah, with Colin Moriarty
they've
and a load of other
started
people.
their own thing, haven't they?
They have. They've been doing it a while now. And it was quite a surprise, to be fair. I thought it was a joke that he left. I was like, it is, because every time, like, the two times that I've been to their US offices, I've seen them there, and I've been on the show and the audience, all this stuff, and it's awesome. And the whole reason I really got into IGN was because of Greg and Colin and a load of other people. And now most of them have left, and it's like, my life is over now. It's fine. But if I was still listening to it, I'd be a bit like, oh, that's a shame. They're still doing the number one PlayStation cast, which is Beyond. So they're
Yeah,
still doing
yeah.
that, which is good. That's
Beyond
great.
is good, yeah.
I hope they'll guest spot on that sometime soon. Just write into them and be like, oh, hey guys, do you mind if I just, come and work for you guys for a day and be on your podcast? That'd be amazing. It'd be so cool. But yeah, I used to be a fanboy, like you guys.
Like,
But I had no idea who these Yogscast people were.
gods.
I had no idea at all. So that's when Ben, myself, and Tom went to Gamescom in Cologne. When I got them into the Microsoft party, and the whole Yogscast people were there, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's so and so and so and so." I was like, "I have no idea who these people are. You go and say hi. You go and say hi to these people." And this, that famous YouTuber, Psych, whatever.
No, I'm not getting that one.
No,
No, I didn't get it either.
no, the one. I think he's Scottish.
Spike Milligan.
Yeah, I think he's Scottish. Really famous YouTuber.
Scottish.
Has
I
a
don't
lot.
know many Scottish YouTubers.
Whatever. What's his name? Really famous YouTuber that
Ali A.
all of you keep on going on about. No, another one. Psycho something.
Syndicate?
Syndicate.
Oh, he's not Scottish. He's from Manchester.
Are you sure?
Close enough.
Okay. Well, I don't know, maybe. Syndicate, yeah, and he was there, and I had no idea
He's
who
built a
these people
massive
were.
house. Like,
No idea.
he's
Really
got
nice
so
house.
much. His house is lovely. He built from complete scratch.
I've never really watched any of his videos.
Yeah,
I used to love him. Like, I subscribed to him when he had about 20,000.
Wasn't he rude to you at Eurogamer? Sam was mentioning that the
No,
other day.
he wasn't rude to me. No.
Well, Tom wanted a picture of someone. Tom wanted a picture with someone, and then Syndicate took the camera and then just took a picture of himself. I was like, who
What,
the
he
hell
just took a
is this idiot?
selfie?
Who the hell is this idiot? Yeah, basically.
This idiot has like 8 million subscribers and built his own house.
Yeah, but should that necessarily make him awesome?
No, but he's, I guess.
That's why I try not to get too egotistical about this stuff. If we were to get really big, if it ever happened, or whatever happened in the future.
You guys make it happen.
I know.
Come on.
Gotta remember the little guy.
You guys being me.
No, I'm talking about the people
Are you
listening.
talking to the audience?
The
All right.
people's whose our voices are in their ears.
Yeah.
currently.
Also, you need content. So this might sound like the bitchcast, but yeah. So
Yeah, like me and Richard, we probably put
Once
out
we
about
get a
3
schedule.
videos a day. Josh, right? He gets sent all these games from all these publishers.
Don't make me laugh.
And he hasn't posted in about
Don't make
2
me laugh.
weeks. He's
Don't make me
letting
laugh.
us down, guys.
Have you seen the trailer that they've made for
The
Top
Lego
Gear?
trailer?
Yeah, the Lego
Yeah.
trailer.
What?
Yeah, this is amazing.
that's brilliant.
I'm actually I'm gonna show you guys on my phone.
Oh, I've already seen
What
it.
is
Just
it?
so
I'm
Joel.
gonna show Joel on my phone. It's basically for season 22 of Top Gear, which is out on the 25th of this month.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously, I've
Yeah.
watched an episode of Top Gear last night, and
Was it the
I've seen-
part of the Christmas special?
no, I've seen every single
Have you seen
episode
the
of Top
Christmas
Gear.
special?
I don't think there's one that I haven't seen.
Have you
and
seen the Christmas special?
Yes, when they're in Chile,
Patagonia.
Patagonia, and all these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. But I really enjoyed when they did the transit van and turned it into a hovercraft and drove down the river.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
So, also on the 19th, they're having an evening with Top Gear, so like a live session where they get asked questions. This is before
Clarkson
the
is
season.
going to get
This
destroyed.
is before the season, so this is going to be really good. But I'll just put up to the mic so you can hear it.
Well, this is all going tremendously well so far.
I can't wait.
It's great. It's such a different approach. You'd
Yeah.
never think they'd do something like that for Top Gear, but I'm very excited.
It's very British.
When I was watching it, I was trying to figure out whether it's just reused audio files or if they recorded it for the actual...
Oh yeah, no, they recorded it.
Well,
Bit for
I
bit.
doubt that May would say I've lost my hair in an episode of Top Gear.
Well,
But
it might
you
have been
never
they
know.
had a haircut, you know.
Yeah. No, of course. So they're doing something like that. It's proper VO session.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
get anything that clear just from cutouts from show.
Clarkson sounded very tame.
Right, Clarkson,
Not as
the
usual.
most immediate car in the world.
The fastest car in the world.
In the world.
Sorry, I was trying too hard.
You see, I have Forza 5.
I thought you were going to say 6, which was just announced.
It has been, yeah. I have Forza 5 waiting for me, so I can play Top Gear on the Top Gear track.
I need to steal that off you as well. I want to
No,
play that.
you never ever getting a game off me, mate.
Josh.
It's not happening. No. So that's it for another episode of the Start Replay podcast. That's episode 3. We
Holy
managed to do it.
crap.
Hopefully we'll keep up this, schedule, and people won't be flaking out. Joel.
Hey,
I'm available.
I enjoy these.
That's good. That's good you enjoy
It's
it.
like a nice letdown from work.
Great. Well, we'll get the schedule out for this year, get some review stuff done. It's going to be awesome, guys.
Everything is awesome.
It's going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome. So thank you, Joel, for coming by.
That's okay, Joshua. I've
thank you.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
I just wanted you to say bye. I didn't want you to talk anymore.
Shut up.
I'm kidding.
Shut up.
Richard, thank you for coming by.
Thank you, Monsoir.
I appreciate it. It's great to have people on this cast. Casting couch. You
I
should
would
have that.
do an impression, but I don't have a very good impression.
Ooh.
No, because... Okay, let's do our best Kermit the Frog.
Come home.
Rabbit.
Joel, you do your best impression of Kermit the Frog.
Hey guys, I'm Kermit the Frog here.
Richard?
I'm Kermit the Frog.
Yes, Danny Dyer.
Oh, hi, I'm Kermit the Frog here from the Muppets. Yay!
Everything is awesome.
And that is the end, guys. Goodbye. Tune in next week on the
Thanks for
28th.
listening,
28th
you
is
sexy
episode
beasts.
4. And
You're
if
so
you
sexy.
can't hear Joel at the moment, it's because I've muted him. Goodbye.
You're so
Tarami
sexy.
ducks.